Hello there, everyone. This is Neko here, getting ready to play Icarus. And who needs to do missions to get over the mountain? Look at this. I told you I had a couple of projects. And I told you I was gonna get up this mountain. And as you can see, I've done it. And one of the reasons why I've done it is, as you can see right there, that doesn't go down until 2000, which means if I place solar panels up here, I can have power till 2000. And when the sun rises, I'll be able to have power as soon as the sun rises. So from about 6 to 2000, I have power using solar panels. I will say I am gonna pretty up this route. Right now I just use the basic materials to get up here, or in other words the minimum, and it's gonna be one hell of a long trip back down, especially since I had to zigzag and bob and weave and do this and do that. I mean, holy flip, it was one hell of a trip up. I died twice on the way up, sadly. Thankfully it was not my body was retrievable, thankfully. It would have sucked having to remake all that, but I mean, I could do it. Now let's get back down. It's getting cold, it's getting dark. I will say it has used an insane number of wood poles, and the reason why I have this little spot here is a warm-up spot. For some reason right here counts me as being in this biome and therefore heats me up, which is a great little spot to warm up in the event you start getting cold, which I did do. But as you can see, this is yes, it's one hell of a trip. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm gonna need some power. Because today we're gonna be focusing mostly on the bench, getting the last few benches needed in order to see what they're like. Then pretty soon I'll start moving on to building projects, since I've covered most of all the new little toys and stuff, not to the best degree. Also, if you've seen my previous episode, the one where updates potentially respawn resources, that is most likely a bug, but it is one you're going to want to keep an eye out on, because if that bug does happen again, that means you can get resources at least until they fix that bug. And if they do, I hope that they add in at least one platinum, one titanium ore deposit for each zone. And what I mean by that is this area, somewhere randomly on it, is one platinum. Somewhere randomly, one titanium. Same thing for this biome. Somewhere in here, there's one of each. One of each, 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 here, here, and here, and here. And if they want to and let's just say, theoretically, I did not do the math, and also you can see my watchtower, the tallest tower I've built so far, right over there, barely. But I did not do the math, but let's say theoretically, the ore extractors, let's say the iron and all that, gets 1 per second. This is just theoretical because I haven't actually done the math. In order to balance it out, and let's say for the titanium and platinum, you could theoretically make it where it's 1/4 the time, or 3/4 time longer, or whatever. Basically, example, 1 per second for iron, 4 seconds for titanium and platinum. That way you have to wait significantly longer. So instead of getting 60 per minute, you get, let's say, 15. In other words, you get 15 per minute. In other words, to make it significantly slower. And that would actually be kind of nice to have. I would also like to have a stone one and an oxide one. Although I believe natural resources should respawn. In other words, oxide, uh, fiber, plants, trees, anything like that response. And you might be thinking, oxide? That isn't natural. If you've played the game and read through the series, they say that oxide is a byproduct of this planet, which means this planet naturally produces oxide, which means it is a renewable resource. And it might be a chemical compound setup, kind of like how sulfur. Actually, is sulfur part of the elements? I think sulfur is a combination of elements, which would also mean that sulfur technically would be a natural resource that would respawn, but they already have a sulfur one. So I'm hoping they add in platinum, titanium, and oxide, and they make trees regrow. Because if they do that, great. And you can make the resources, those ore extractors, rare. In other words, instead of having so many of so many types, or you can actually reduce the common uh, of those by substituting majority of them to be stone and oxide. Then you can have the next majority be silica and sulfur, and then after that you can have iron, and then copper, and then so on and so on. That way, people, and basically that, and it still allows people to get their stuff, but they have to run out and find the stuff in the first place. Oh yeah, since I'm back, I can now put on this, drink water. I'm gonna probably keep this and stuff, but I am gonna be moving solar panels up and all that fun stuff. Alright, let's sleep, and just in time too. Nice. As you can see, that was one hell of a trip back down. It was like, I don't know, 8 minutes. Oh yeah, I forgot to test a bug. Hold on a sec here. Do I have a fire pit? You know what? I'm gonna test if this bug still exists. Because there was quite an interesting bug I came across once that confused the hell out of me. I was like, what? Alright, where the hell? I don't have any stone on me. Here we are, here's some stone. What's it take to make craft? We need some sticks. Okay, I can make that. Or actually, grab that. I know this is a waste, but I am curious about this bug. Also, any of you who've made it this far, Merry Christmas! And Happy Holidays for those who don't celebrate Christmas. And pretty soon it'll be my birthday. Okay, so plop that down. Throw in a piece of wood. Activate that. And oh, they fixed it. Sweet. At least I assume so. It's not nighttime. There used to be a bug where if you had a fire pit and a fireplace active at the same time, you could not sleep. It said neither of them was activated, which was weird. Alright, we'll take this, we'll take the wood. Okay, now we'll start working on some of the benches. And I still would like, there's still a bunch of quality of life improvements I would like. One of them being the flashlight placement. I would like that to be on our head, so when we look around, it actually aims where the hell we're looking. Because there are headlights or helmet lights. Okay, so let's get on to the benches. Let's see what they're like. And I've got to make some room. So, one of the benches we're going to be checking out is going to be a chemistry bench. Actually, realistically, we're going to be getting a chemistry, an electric, or a composter, a masonry, a carpentry, I think the electric textile. I'm not sure if I have that one. I'll have to look around for it, but that one, and I already have one of those because I made it. I think I made it. I could actually, that might be, no, I think advanced alteration is, no, it is tier 4. But anyways, let's make the chemistry bench. Last time I remembered, these were useless. All they did was consume power. They didn't provide any buffs, any reduced costs to make things. They didn't do anything but just expensive. Okay, we're gonna probably have to attach and deattach things in order to get some power stuff working. For now, we're just gonna throw this together out here. There we go. Oh, no, come on, attach. Oops, fine. Oh, sweet. Okay, so this, is it cheaper to make anything? You can make growth fertilizer and high quality fertilizer in here, but so far it's looking like it's just another, I guess just a glorified herbalism bench. The only thing I can say is if it speeds up the process, woohoo. I don't really care about that for the cost of the power. If all it does is speed up, then they should reduce the cost of this to about 500. Maybe even, actually, oops. Come on, you accidentally pressed the button. Or actually, no, not even 500. How much does this take? If all this does is increase speed, they should reduce this to 100 power. Now, if it reduces cost, great. Actually, we can test that right now. What's this, antibiotics? No, that's basically reduced. Here we go, we can test it out with this. Strength enhancement. 2, 2, 1, 2, 1. Strength enhancement. 2, 2, 1, 2, 1. Nope. So it looks like it just speeds up time. Woohoo! Glorified. Alright, on to the next part. I'm pretty sure just speeds up time, which, to tell you the truth, actually would be kind of worth it. Mostly because of refilling my stuff. In other words, if I want to refill my lantern or biofuel can, great. Oops, no. Alright, we're gonna plop this down. We're gonna see the most of the reason why I never really ever went for most of these things is because a lot of them are just glorified toys. Alright, let's see if we can attach this here. And I think in order to make this work, actually I don't think we need water, but we're going to test that out. We're actually going to add water. Okay, where the hell is my hose? Okay, I found it. It was in plain sight. I was being an idiot. I hate that sometimes. It's like people notice things that you don't, and sometimes you notice things that other people don't, and it's like you can just hear people being like, it's right there, right? Oh. Oh no. I need more power. Wait. Oh, no, I don't need more power. I need more water. flip nuggets. Alright, well, let's go detach one of the attachments. Actually, let's just go make the rest of the benches real quick. Because they get pretty huge and there's a lot of them. It's why I suggested don't invest into inventory. It is going to be a huge waste. Because I mean, look at bench. No. What else? Right there, another bench and another bench. And that's just that. And then you've got this bench, this bench, that bench. Then you've got that one, and that one, and that, and that. And then you've got this and that and all of these. You've got 8 million benches. I mean, even this holds some decent amount of inventory, but it's pretty expensive. The best inventory to use early on in the game, like, is the pestle and mortar. I mean, look at this. Look at all this inventory. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 30 slots. Versus this, which only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 slots. In 3 slots. And I have an advantage where when I craft things, I get more inventory by 3 slots. And I mean, look at this. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's even better than this. Medium iron crate. Look at that. Look at this. The price, the cost versus the cost. And this one actually beats it, and actually is kind of worth it, because as you can see here, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 6 right here. That's like almost 64. It's like 50 something plus this. So this is where you want to invest your points for storage. And if you look at the cost, 40 iron, 4 rope, 12 epoxy. You might think 40 iron is expensive. It's not. Not for the amount of space you get it for this. And I mean, look at that. 32 iron for this. And there's a huge difference. Anyways, back to the benches. I got distracted because there's a lot of people who are new who are like, I want storage. And then all of a sudden they're like, they get to tier 3 and they're like, oh no, I can't get this, I can't get that, I can't get this. And it's like points you could have saved on wood cover, icebox. Other points you could save on is steel arrow, flint arrow. You can save on that. You can save on these instead of getting. I do recommend getting the lantern because of the way things currently work. Since you can't actually aim this directly where you're looking at, I recommend skipping this. Yeah, it lasts longer and you can drop it at the entrance of the cave and let it shine out, but it becomes a pain in the butt. And you can pretty well skip like a lot of crud and be able to get a lot of stuff. Like, you don't need that. Realistically, you don't need the wall torches. At some point, I might actually do a video, 2 instructional videos. One on telling you my opinion and recommendation on spending your points if you're new. I mean, look at this. I haven't even gotten this or this yet, and I've pretty well, I've got everything in here. I've got everything in here. I got everything in here. And I pretty well got most of everything in here. I mean, except for thatch. That just shows you how useless these items are. Even the wood cupboard is useless. Okay, so what benches do we have and what do we need left? We have the chemistry. We have the electric composter. I'm going to have to make more water generators and more solar panels. And then I'm going to have to add another layer to back here and to reorganize all my benches again. Actually, I'm going to have to add probably 2 layers, because I'm starting to pack things in the center here again, and it's like, nope, I don't want that. And then once I get all the benches and get everything set up, we're going to be good to go, and I'll actually start doing some building projects. So what the hell are we missing? We need the electric masonry, which again requires water, so I'm going to have to definitely get another water pump. I don't have enough steel for that because I got just enough for these benches, so let's make this. I'll make another one of these if I got the time. And like I said, most of these electric masoneries, actually some of these benches I can remove and replace. Because I've got storage and I can actually do stuff. Now let's see. 6. The one thing that's nice about the electric thing is it actually combines stone and concrete into the same place so you can build it. However, as you can see, it doesn't. All it does is increase speed, but it reduces the number of benches you need. So instead of having to have a masonry and a concrete, you can actually combine it and get this. That's the only advantage. I mean, oh, and speed, but I mean, I'd rather just use that and that if it's just gonna use power. Okay, so now we've got those benches. I think there's one more bench I need to make, and I will have pretty much all Oh yeah, I was too short. Oops. We'll get the carpentry bench. Which, do I have 2 steel here? Yes. And, oh yeah, like I said, I'm out of power. I need to make more solar panels. Alright, let's get this last bench, and then I'll call it here, because this one is just... basically, this video was rant and more benches. Or, actually, that may have came out wrong. Benches. Who cares? I don't cuss. I mean, if you listen to, or watch my shows or watch my videos, you will see instead I will usually resort to saying flip or flip nuggets or mother flipper. In other words, stuff like that. Alright, what do we got here? Powered workbench for advanced woodworking. I will say, making it on the carpentry bench and on the electric one is cheaper, because if you look here, 15, and if you craft it by hand, 20, you save 5 wood. However, I think the wood pools, oh, okay, I guess you can't make wood poles here. But if you can, you want to get the carpentry bench when making wood structures and stuff. In other words, set up a small structure and it will save you on material. I kind of wish there was like a reinforced interior wood wall and reinforced wood wall. Like if you made it on the electric bench here, it would give you reinforced, so you could actually not have to stick to just stone and glass walls. Although I do like the glass here. Oops, my plant's withered because I was building for too long. And I did end up replacing these walls here with reinforced glass. As you can see, one, it's harder to see through, and two, 2,500, 2,500. So ta-da. Alright, now that we've got that, and oh, hold on a sec here. The one thing that's nice about being down here, here we are, is that you can actually look up. While being up there, you can't look down, which sucks. But, oh, binoculars, come on. You can see the structure right up there. I think if I want to make it where I'm back into the area I'm at, I'm going to have to move that over to there. But as you can see, right here, we've got this stupid little zigzag starting from there, going all the way up and over and up, and we keep going up. And as you can see, I slowly get smaller, and I start building more and more in order to reinforce, because I had to figure out how to get up there in a way that worked. And so that's one of my projects I was talking about. Alright. Well, I think for now, since I showed you that you can actually climb over the mountain without doing the missions, you, although the amount of resources you waste is not worth it, but I'm doing this not just to get over the mountain, but for my 2 projects I have. Alright, well, for now, if you guys enjoyed, please like. If you didn't, I understand. It was mostly me doing lots and lots and lots of talking and showing you how to get over a mountain and a bunch of benches. Anyways, if you want to be added on to the in-screen credits here like these people, make sure to publicly subscribe and I'll add you on. After about 2ish or so weeks, roughly, maybe a little bit longer, a little bit later, who knows. But I will add you on. If you leave before I reach 1,000 though, I'll remove you off because it's for people who gave me a chance. And if you want to see more of this series, check out the in-screen credits. If you want to see my first series on Icarus, I recommend checking out my home channel or home page, as that shows you all kinds of bugs, tips, tricks, all that fun stuff. And if you want to see other games I do, also check out my channel. For now, I'm going to call it here and say bye-bye.